to Helping Kids Be Kids, the Little Lighthouse podcast, where we help parents of kids with special needs be confident caregivers. The Little Lighthouse is a Christian developmental center for children ages birth to 6, and our mission is to glorify God by improving the quality of life for children with special needs, their families, and communities. I'm your host, Christina McInderfer. Today, I have with me a very special guest known as Buzzy's mom.
I am. That is it.
And Katie, I'll let you go ahead and tell us a little bit about yourself.
Yeah, I'm Buzzy's mom, and that's really what most people want to know. I own a hair salon in Tulsa. I've been a stylist for a long time, and we're new. This was our first year at Little Lighthouse. We're about to start our first summer, and it's been amazing.
Good. It's been a real blessing to have you and your whole family as part of our community.
The blessing is in Little Lighthouse, truly.
Yeah. Well, we all feel that way.
Yes.
We all feel lucky to be associated in whatever way we are.
Yes.
And then I've got Buzzy's teacher, Michelle, with us. Hey, Michelle.
Hi.
How are you doing?
I'm good, thanks. I'm slightly nervous. No, really nervous, but go ahead and keep that in there.
Okay, yeah. No, one thing I love about you, Michelle, is how authentic you are.
Right.
So just keep laughing. Just keep telling us what you really think.
Oh, I will. I'm good, though. I'm the Blue class teacher. This will be my 4th year at the Little Lighthouse. And I started as a part-time associate, and then in 1 year, I became a teacher. Very quick turnaround.
Wow. That sounds like a whole story in and of itself.
No, not really.
Good. Well, you've gotten married since you've been there. You've gotten a house.
Yeah, okay.
A lot of fun things in 4 years. Cool. Well, back to you, Katie. I would love just to hear your heart. Like we said in the intro, we're here to speak to parents, to encourage them, to give them hope. And who better to do that than parents who have kids with special needs? And so we're really just here to make space for you to share what's in your heart to other parents who might be walking a similar journey.
Okay.
So could you start out today by just telling us a little bit about your journey and how did you find out that Buzzy was going to have special needs?
So Buzzy is now 5, and he is a twin. He has a twin sister. And at 8 weeks old, he was shaken. So he has shaken baby syndrome. Terribly hard to go through. Definitely nothing I ever thought I would. I'd say prayer and faith, we're still here. And just how strong and amazing he is. There was a period of time that I wasn't sure, none of us were sure that he would live and be with us. So again, for a long time, you're just thankful that you have him still. And I think now I'm able to just see all the potential and see all the things that he is going to achieve. Because for so long, you don't know. And especially with something like his diagnosis, no one really knows. And each kid is so different. And the brain is a wonderful thing. It can heal. And God is more wonderful and can heal. So I pray for it every day.
Yeah.
But he started, it's been a year at Little Lighthouse. I didn't know what to expect because, again, I think, you go through a pregnancy and everything's fine and there's nothing to prepare you for what happens. And then you're thrown into something like that and you just survive. And while trying to be a parent to a set of twins. So I really didn't think about it. I just was in survival mode, and my parents are actually the ones, I've known about Little Lighthouse. I think it was almost 15 years ago. I have a client that her son went to Little Lighthouse. So I knew about it. I had a girl I worked with. Her son was also at Little Lighthouse. I had donated and knew all the wonderful things, but never was involved personally. So my parents were actually the ones after he was released from the hospital, they went to Little Lighthouse and put him on the waiting list. It wasn't anything that I could think of, or think about. So I'm thankful that they took that on. And I think, a lot of denial that you're like, oh, he's, he'll be okay. His sister will be okay. It'll be fine. So.
Yeah, there's that grieving process.
Sure.
It's like, shucks, I guess we're going to have to walk through this.
Yeah. Guess we're going to do this.
Into that. Yeah.
Yes. And I've, been kicking and screaming the whole time, but here we are. And I think our experience has opened my eyes to his potential, to the people that see his potential.
It's probably the best thing about being a teacher is getting to see the good in all of our kids. And we set that bar really high because we know they can achieve it. Yeah. And so we're not afraid of the challenges that may come before us, especially, we have God with us and he's going to direct our path. And so we just set that bar and they achieve it every time. It's amazing.
It is amazing. It is amazing.
Yeah, it is. And it's, as a parent, especially going through something like that, I think you go into a protection mode that my main objective is just to protect. Yeah. And I think in that gets lost that he is going to do things and he does need different things than his sister. And you get to a place where they can provide those things. They're experienced with it. They're loving and caring and open with it. You get to be around other parents. I mean, I'm not the most social, but I do appreciate that, we're all there and have our babies there and are trusting these people. And then you get to just see all the different needs of all the really great kids. And it's just a happy, wonderful place. It's truly, I tell clients, because obviously I'm behind the chair, and they ask about it some, and it's, when you walk in the door, you can't help but feel, God's love and God's spirit. And that lives there. It really does.
Yeah. It's so healing, isn't
it is. It is a healing. And all the kids there are just little prisms that it just reflects off and bounces all over. And you can't be sad. I mean, I may be crying when I'm there all the time, but it's just because I'm happy that this place exists. I'm sad it exists for the reasons, but I'm so thankful and happy that it's there. And that there's so many people that want to be part of it and want to support it. It means a lot when someone loves your kid, as much as you do.
Yes.
I didn't know, but I do now.
Yeah. Well, tell us a little bit more about Buzzy. At the Little Lighthouse, we really don't even talk about diagnoses, do we, Michelle? Right? Yeah. So, but we do talk about amazing kids. Yes. So tell us a little bit more about Buzzy. And I can tell Michelle has plenty to share too, so jump on in.
Love him.
He is all the things. He's beautiful. He's one of the most handsome kids you'll ever see. He's huge. Everyone always talks about how big he is because he is. He's a big, strong boy. He's so happy. The joy, that's one of the things that, again, like, yes, his injury changed him, but the joy in his heart and who he is just, you can see it. There's nothing that muddles that. It's just pure joy and sunshine on that kid's face all the time. And the
love. Oh my gosh. The love.
Don't get within kissing distance.
Oh, yeah.
He will kiss you.
He'll pull you down,
He will pull you
to make sure he can kiss you.
Absolutely. Absolutely. He is. He's just a lover, and he loves to be he's a sensory seeker. We use that word. So he loves all the hugs and the kisses and the punches and all of it. I mean, the more, the better for that kid.
He loves it rough.
He does.
Rough and tumble.
He does.
I know we love that about him in class. Nobody can resist a hug or a kiss from him.
It's hard to.
At all. If he crawls into your lap and it's cuddle time, that's what it is. It's cuddle time.
Yes.
Yeah. It doesn't have to be on the calendar.
Yeah, he doesn't help you stay on task, I'm sure, because he will disarm you with hugs and kisses if you're trying to get him to do anything.
Absolutely.
That's the one thing. Like, he is so smart when it comes to that.
It's his secret power.
It is. And you think, he's just kissing me. And it's like, oh, no, you spent the hour of therapy just kissing him and not making him work. So
he knows what he's doing.
He does. He's smart.
He does. He is a smart boy. He is.
I know. We love that about him, though. And even if he has a hard day, he still loves you. You still love him, and I love that. You know, he knows that you still love him even through tough times.
Oh, yeah.
You know, it is what it is with our kids, and we know the tough days are going to happen, but as long as they know that they're loved, it just makes it easier to get through those days.
And well, in that, I mean, as a parent, I think I spent the first week up in the observation room.
Yeah, just for our audience, we have this 2-story building. So we have classes on the first level, and then on the top, we have observation decks. So the parents can actually go in a room and watch their children. And it's a really great setup.
Really, that's part of how I can walk out you know what I mean? Just, I know that I can go up there and watch if I need to. I can send a grandparent up there. Normally, granddaddy is the one sitting up there watching, just because it's so wonderful just to observe what they're doing and to get to see. And I don't like using the word normal, but just typical interaction. Like, it's just a typical classroom. You know, they're just typical kids playing and having fun and doing all the things that every parent wants for their kid.
Yeah.
And it's such a gift for them to be able to have it in such a safe, wonderful place. And there's not any outside influences, none of the stuff that you may worry about. You don't have to worry about that. You know they're safe.
Yes. That's got to feel amazing.
Yes.
As a mom.
Well, as a mom of a special needs kid, and then as a mom of, you know, someone that he was hurt. So
Right.
I can't ever let that happen again. So, you know, I feel like it's my job, and Little Lighthouse allows me to walk out the door and do what I need to do because I know he's okay there. And he's more than okay. He's flourishing. I mean, the kid, it's amazing what he does.
Let's talk about that. When we're having these conversations, I'm always thinking, you know, we love the Lighthouse. We're so glad we get to be there. But we're talking to some people who don't know who we are, maybe don't live in Tulsa, maybe they're on the waiting list, and, you know, we don't want to just make them jealous. We also we want to give some insight into what it is that makes this place so amazing, that's replicatable, that they could do.
Well, last May 23rd, I believe, he took his first independent steps.
At 4 years old?
Yes, at 4 years old. And again, didn't know if that would ever happen.
Wow.
Knew that physically he's capable, but will that ever connect? You don't know.
Right.
But it did. He started. And so we started Little Lighthouse with him just getting on his feet and having the independent walking. And I will say he has CVI, so it's Cortical Visual Impairment. That's his biggest obstacle, I feel, because it affects his vision, which is everything.
Yes.
He does need assistance as far as, you know, guiding, but even now, I can't wait to see when he goes back tomorrow.
I know, you say that, and I was just thinking how much independence he's gained since being with us, especially with the walking, because I'll let him go and he'll navigate his way through the room, which is a big deal.
It is a big deal.
It's a huge deal. I mean, and he cracks me up. He, you know, loves water. And if I'm not watching, he will be in the bathroom in the sink because he can work his way over there. He'll open the door and he'll go into the bathroom.
Yes.
He loves it. And he'll, you know, he really can get anywhere that he wants to be in the room, which is awesome. And one day he started going up the stairs and I was like, oh, okay, this is happening. Yes. And so I was like, I really want him to do this, but I'm going to take a step back because I want him to do it by himself, but I want to be close. And so I just was like, he's doing it. We're doing it. Like, this is happening.
What a perfect example, though, of like me as the mom. No. But the fact that his life is filled with people that are like, no, he can do that. Let him do it. So it's awesome to have people see their potential, know their potential, and encourage their potential. And that's what he gets every day.
Wow.
And it's amazing.
Let's talk about the CVI a little bit more. Did you set up your room specifically to help him navigate more independently, or any insights from our vision specialists?
We did a little bit. We put big like large objects that were in colors that he preferred on certain parts of the room so that he could use them to navigate to where he wanted to go. But he doesn't need them. So we figured out he really doesn't need them. We do have this big corner in the back of our room that's it's completely black. And he does a lot of his playing in there. He does a lot of his learning in there. It's really conducive for his learning type. And he knows that he can just walk right on back there and do whatever he needs to do. And I wouldn't say we did anything really special for it. He's really just learned, and he's really using his vision to get around the room. And we're really, that's what we really want. And we're really proud of him for doing that.
That's wonderful.
Yeah, it is.
Good. Well, are there any other tips that you might throw out that you've observed through what we do at the Lighthouse that's helped you at home?
Yeah, honestly, for me, it's like that I can just back off a little bit, and let him do it and let him explore. And we say special needs, and he is special, but he's also Buzzy. You know what I mean?
Yes.
He can do what he wants when he wants to. And I think they've helped me appreciate that more and maybe let us step back and let him figure it out on himself. Because I think as parents, you're so quick to well, let me do it. I can help you. I'll make it easier for you. And that may not be the best answer for him. He needs to work a little bit. Get in there. Make it mean more.
That's really good. That's really good. Because I know when I went to school to become a therapist, it really did shift my mindset.
Yes.
Of, people are resilient and they need the opportunities to try.
Right.
My role is more to help them troubleshoot if it's not working,
right.
Not to hover and make sure they
right.
succeed the first time.
Well, I think it lets me be more of oh, that's mom. When I know there are so many capable people that aren't mom, but they still love him and are taking care of him, then I can just be mom over in the corner, maybe stressing out a little bit, but they got it. He'll be all right. He'll be all right. And that's probably the biggest thing I've learned is that he's going to be okay.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, he is a smart boy. He is going to be just fine. I
know.
Katie, one of the I've spent some time with your parents, and they're very involved.
Oh yes.
So
my village.
Tell me a little bit about your village.
Well, you go through something that you don't know you're going to survive, and I'm just so thankful that I had two sets of parents. Both my parents are remarried, but two sets of parents that just are all in 100%, and anything we need, they're there, and they're the first ones to step up. I mentioned Granddaddy. Listen, how many times has he volunteered?
Oh, I see him all the time, all over the building.
I'm like, Dad, I think we're good on volunteer hours. He's like, yeah, well, I'm gonna go up there and see Buzz. It's just so we wouldn't be here without them, truly, and it's. Little Lighthouse has helped encourage that because they're just so open and wonderful and sure, you need 6 people to come and do. Okay, fine, bring 6 people if that's what you need. Okay, because we're just a crew when we show up.
I loved when all of you came to the birthday party. That was so nice for him to be. He was so happy.
Yes.
Oh my goodness, he was so happy.
Yes. And there probably would have been more had I let them come, but we kept it to a minimum. But yes, we're there and mini laps. The red shirt, how many? We had a big crew there for his mini laps, and it was just moving to see that many people that love him and want what's best for him.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
Just one thing I love about the way we're structured, where we have the parent agreement, where there are the volunteer hours and participating in the fundraisers.
Yes.
And, I've always thought, especially with the fundraisers, it creates an environment where it gives you permission to ask for help.
Definitely.
And my hope is always that helps to strengthen or widen the net of your support system moving forward for the rest of your life.
Because it does feel, there are moments it feels really lonely as a parent, being a parent of a special needs kid, because you don't think anyone understands. But then you enter this world and everyone understands. What a safe place to be. And it's something I didn't know I needed, but I'm sure glad I found it.
I'm so thankful that you're part of our community. We're going to kind of wind down. And so let me just ask you, would you have anything on your heart that you would want to speak to the heart of another parent who's walking a similar journey?
Just doing this podcast was big for me because I don't say the words out loud. But I said it this morning. It's just because you don't say the words out loud doesn't mean it doesn't exist and it's not real. So I think it's helped me just be okay that things aren't okay and that they're not going to be perfect. You can't control everything, but you will find people to help you through this journey. And definitely not a road I thought I'd be on, but here I am. And I know how blessed I am with all the opportunities he's been giving, with how it's brought my family closer together. I mean, because who has divorced parents that everybody gets together to celebrate? You know what I mean? That I don't know many people that do, so, but I'm thankful that we do. And a lot of that is because of Buzzy.
Wow. Thank you. Thanks for being so open with us today. Michelle, I'll end by asking you the question I love to ask.
Yes.
What does helping kids be kids mean to you?
I think I wrote 4 different paragraphs for this question because I didn't know which direction I wanted to go. But I think for me, helping kids be kids means to just help them be themselves, to give them the confidence to be who they are. As a teacher of children with special needs, I am in this role where I get to supply them more help maybe than what other children might need. And so I show them how to model that behavior to make friends and how to be a friend. And I love doing things like that. I want, all kids want the same thing. They want to be loved. They want to feel safe. They want to be supported. And as their teacher, I get to do that. And I get to help them feel all of these things so that they can step out and shine and be who they are and just be happy little babies that I know they're not babies, they're kids, but to me, they're my babies.
They're babies.
But, I get to help them be themselves and just have confidence in who they are. And I love that.
That is awesome. I love you.
Thank you
for coming. It wasn't that bad. You guys did awesome. Well, if you enjoyed this podcast, please consider joining the crew, a passionate and determined group of monthly givers on mission to discover solutions that change the future for kids with special needs. To learn more about the Little Lighthouse, please explore www.littlelighthouse.org. Until next time, enjoy your kids.